Hello everybody and welcome to my first top 5 list ever on this channel. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do, but this top 5 list is going to be about how Five Nights at Freddy's, mostly number 2, could have been better. So I'm going to start off this list with number 5. Where are all the mask animations? Now when we see Toy Bonnie, when she comes out of the air ducts and you put your mask on, wait, did I call her she? My bad. Anyway, when he goes across your face, you notice, there's a whole animation for that when he's in the air ducts. But how come he's the only one that gets one? All the other animatronics who come through your office, and then you have to put the mask on to avoid them, like such as Balloon Boy, or Freddy, or Withered Bonnie. All they do is the light kind of flickers and they vanish. Same with Chica, yeah. They don't really get their own animation. Like, what happened there? I mean, you did it for one guy, but not for the rest. Huh? And it was already pretty creepy when Toy Bonnie did it. I mean, imagine how creepy it would be when the others did it. So, that was something that could have pretty much just been helped. But if I could imagine Scott Cawthon may have just gotten lazy, doing that. He was like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. This is taking up too much time. I could imagine if there was like time constraints or something, like if you wanted to hit a certain deadline and something he had to cut because it just seemed too irrelevant. I mean, it's pretty much fine, not to have them, but it's a lot cooler when they're there, so that's just my opinion. Number 4. And that is better use for the cameras. Because to be honest, in FNAF 1, the only time you really needed the cameras was to keep an eye on Foxy or Freddy because he kind of randomly teleports, and when he gets inside your room, there's really no helping it. So that was kind of the use of the cameras. But in this game, all you can do is wind up the box with the cameras. Other than that, the cameras you don't need to use at all, which is a little bit disappointing. Because he made so many rooms, so many cameras, so many pre-rendered images of the animatronics going in there, just so you can not really use them. There is the flashlight so you can stun them, but there's so many animatronics, it's like, don't bother, just sit in your room and wait for them to funnel in to your area. So it would have been nice if you found some better way of using the cameras, like say you could close one door at a time to keep some, Bonnie locked in or whatever. Some kind of way you could have made it easier, like you could trap Balloon Boy so you wouldn't have to be such a little bitch all the time, taking off your power. So that would have been nice if you added something like that. Something useful. And also, bonus improvement, or whatever you want to call it, is, do you guys remember seeing any windows or doors in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 or 2? I don't recall seeing any entrance doors. I might just be going crazy and might have just skipped over it by accident, but I really don't recall seeing any doors inside the building, unless it's somewhere we just can't see. But I really don't remember there being a main entrance anywhere, which is weird. Yeah, but other than that, guys, let's move on to the next one. Number 3, character models. Now, I'll admit, the character models already look pretty amazing from what Scott Cawthon has made just by himself alone. And when you look at Foxy here for a second, where are his gold teeth? In the first game, he had gold teeth that he was showing off and everything. Every time he opened his mouth, you could see them clearly. I think he had like 5 maybe. I can't actually remember. I'm not looking at a picture or anything. But, I don't know what happened there. It's weird. I'll admit, though, the newer version does look really scary. But not as scary as what Bonnie, or Withered Bonnie, would have looked like. Here, let me show you a picture of how creepy it would have been. God, it's... I wish he made it like this. Then I would agree by far that Bonnie's the scariest. Even during an interview, Scott Cawthon agreed that Bonnie is by far the scariest in his opinion, and he was the first one he made. And we know that this is what Bonnie would have looked like because Freddy and Bonnie both use similar parts, just modified differently, and Bonnie's turned purple. Even look at the first game, the bodies are the exact same. And so in this game, so would their faces. So that's how we know. And oh yeah, then on top of that, take out the eyebrows, which is really strange and random, but yeah. And on top of that, speaking of which, Toy Bonnie, it looks so much like a girl. I don't get it. It doesn't show up in the ladies' night, so we know or ladies' night challenge, night setting on night 7. So we know it's not a girl. So I don't understand why he had to put eyelash and everything, made it look like a girl when the game doesn't say, to girl and everything. Number 2, challenges. Now, what I mean by this is, Golden Freddy mode is unbelievably hard. And we've all seen that from Let's Plays and stuff. It takes you just an ungodly amount of effort and time to actually do it. But what about the other challenges, like Ladies Night, Foxy Foxy? It's... how do I put this? There's really no real reason to play them other than to have an easier time getting through it, because if you've completed Golden Freddy mode, and way to go if you have, it's that once you've done it, everything else is just an easier version of it. Foxy Foxy mode is just Mangle and Foxy. And so it's like, oh, why play that when you've already beaten them in Golden Freddy mode? There's no real reason to actually go after them. There's no motive, no bonus, no unlock, no nothing, really. So, adding some kind of achievement or unlockable, or some kind of reward like a star, like how it shows up in the front. I know you get a star for completing Golden Freddy mode, but not for the other modes. So, if that was added in, that'd be really helpful and awesome. And now, for number 1. That is unlockables. I understand I mentioned this in number 2. And this also ties in with number 2, such as the different challenges, like say if you did Foxy Foxy, you'd get, one of Foxy's masks, or one of Mangle's masks to use instead of the Freddy Fazbear mask, which would be really cool and kind of make it more fun, and then you'd have reason to play the other game mode. So if you want a Foxy mask to play with while you're doing the other ones, by all means, it would be a fun thing to add. And on top of that, I don't think it'd throw off the gameplay at all. I guess Foxy's nose might get in the way. I actually made a drawing depicting what I think it would look like. And if you're one of those people who thinks like, oh yeah, but if there's 3 Foxys in the restaurant, surely one of them's gonna freaking know or whatever, that you're just a guy in a mask. No, because for one thing, they're built to recognize, if you're human, if you're an animatronic, it scans your face basically. It talks about that. They have facial recognition software. So, whatever mask you're using shouldn't, make a difference. However, the Golden Freddy one, which I also have a drawing of, you'd get by completing Golden Freddy mode, which is 1020 mode, or fucking hardcore. That's the only one I feel like that might be a little bit tricky in that, might be one of the only ones that can't go in. I actually have another one, but I'll bring that up in a second. But the reason why Golden Freddy I don't think would work is because, that was used in the murders. And on top of that, Golden Freddy in FNAF 2 is pretty much like an anomaly, really. I don't know what the fuck that thing is in FNAF 2. That thing is just a mind of its own. So, I feel like, I don't know, the Golden Freddy helmet may be one, that I'd have to lay off, mainly because how much it just connects to the story itself. And on top of that, there's also Withered Bonnie. Actually, now this would be kind of interesting if the mask you used for Withered Bonnie was actually, or like the mask you used that's supposed to belong to Withered Bonnie, came from Withered Bonnie, so that was the reason why he didn't have a face. That'd be kind of neat. But, however, though, I don't think that'd be a very likely thing, because I sincerely doubt he actually made an actual face for it, because the picture I showed you guys was a fan thing, I think from DeviantArt. I think it's from DeviantArt. I found it on Google search, so and so that's the only one that probably wouldn't work, is Withered Bonnie's. Toy Bonnie's, I believe everybody else would work. Balloon, could you imagine wearing a Balloon Boy one or Balloon Girl? That'd suck. I wouldn't want to wear one of those. Oh. On top, and there'd also be no way to get a marionette because there's no marionette game mode. Unless you get that by beating all of them, which would be neat, or unlocking everything. But, other than that, guys, I believe I've covered everything. I swear to God, I always forget something, but if I did forget something, look in the description, because I promise you, I probably did forget something. But other than that, guys, like, share the video, subscribe, whatever, do whatever you want. All that awesome stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I just pressed the wrong button. Crap. Okay, there it is. Hey guys, if you like what you saw, then subscribe to the Random Shopping Cart channel for more. Do it. It's free. No tax.